Welcome to the Intensely Positive Podcast with your host, Kelvin P. Ringo. Preset your mindset to make every day count and make positivity your way of life. Are you ready?
Let's just do this!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Kelvin P. Ringo, Prince of Positive, coming to you once again from sunny Liverpool, New York. And it has been sunny and warm and awesome this time. And I just need to say this, what an incredibly busy time of year. People getting out of school, people graduating, people going on with their lives. I remember a day not so very long ago when I had some busy times like this. I had, a few years ago, like 3 trips to Maryland from upstate New York in 1 month. I'm pretty sure I put 5,000 miles on the car that month. You know, that was back when Mom was still alive. And the first trip that month we made was, we celebrated birthdays because my mother's birthday and my oldest sister's birthday, that was the 10th and 11th of May. And my oldest grandson's birthday was the 12th of May. And of course, you know, that is the weekend of Mother's Day, right? So we had a whole lot of celebrating going on. And then a week later, I had to go back to another graduation ceremony down in Baltimore, 9 o'clock on a Thursday morning. Who does that? So I went down midweek. The grad party wasn't until Saturday. So graduation was on Thursday morning. Graduation party was on Saturday. And I could not leave before the party. And that graduation and the party was for my niece's high school graduation. And not just any niece, but my baby sister's only child. So there was no way I was going to miss that graduation. Besides, I was her favorite uncle. Not that we ever actually had that conversation. I just kind of assumed. No need of messing up that understanding with something so mundane as asking her a question, right? Why even bother with that? So after that weekend, I came back to Syracuse, stuck around for 3 days, and went back down to Maryland for a family wedding. Now look, I'm a photographer, and back in those days, I was a wedding photographer. And I shot a lot of weddings. And the cool thing about shooting a lot of weddings was, since I was married, I got to hear the wedding vows almost every weekend. And it used to keep those vows fresh in my mind. So if things happened to get a little tough at home or something, which they did from time to time, it helped me remember and refocus on why we got married in the first place. And that worked pretty well for a long time. Anthony Robbins, he's my favorite, you know, calls it spaced repetition. It can be very good for you. But when I was sitting there listening to the graduation exercises, listening to the commencement, I got pretty jazzed. You know, hearing them talk to all those young people about achieving their dreams and goals and working for humanity and don't let anything stop you and remember your strengths and you can do it. It made me remember other commencement ceremonies and other dreams. And I just started thinking how nice it would be if, just like hearing those wedding vows every couple of weeks, we could all hear a commencement address every few weeks and stay plugged into that incredible hope and energy and enthusiasm and fervor that graduating seniors have for conquering the world, especially right after a commencement address. Of course, that's not what we do. And once we get out in the world, it's all too easy to forget. Get the shine taken off our apples. Have our lights dimmed by someone else's idea of reality. And by the day-to-day things that just try to slow us down or shut us down or just to see if we're tough enough to step over or climb across and keep going. And some of us do. But a lot of us get bogged down or disillusioned or tired. And, you know, if we could just hear that commencement address one more time, we'd remember that is all part of winning. I mean, you don't really appreciate a victory unless you had something to overcome, do you? And it is so much fun when you snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Yeah. So how long's it been for you? Because it's actually graduation season right now. I mean, for the past month or so. But I didn't go to any graduations this year. I get to go to at least 2 next year, maybe 3. But go back in your mind and remember the last commencement you attended. Remember the feelings. Remember that sense of we can accomplish anything. Remember that we're going to make a difference in the world kind of mindset that the graduating seniors had, that you as a graduating senior probably had. And replay that speech, replay that emotion, refocus and rekindle that fire, and go out and kick some adversity's butt. Because that's what can happen, once you remember, once you re-feel it. So the next time you have a chance to go to a commencement ceremony, go get a ticket. Go listen. Re-energize. Relive your dreams. Of course, you don't really have to wait for a commencement exercise. You can just remember. And then go pick up where you left off, if you left off. And make it a happy ending now. Can you do that? Sure you can. Because to commence is to start. And we'll see you next time.
Wow, that was awesome.